Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, like you can tell by the title, I'm actually going to be talking about something Invisalign related. And the topic of today's video was actually suggested by a couple subscribers. I will leave their comments somewhere here. Basically, they had some questions about what life has been like with my retainers since finishing Invisalign. And before we get into the video, I do want to encourage you guys, if you have any questions at all about Invisalign, my experience, or even any topics that you want to see me cover in a future video, head to the community tab on my page, look for this post right here, and then comment under that post what it is that you'd like me to make a video about. That is actually how I got the topic for today's video. Otherwise, you guys can definitely comment on literally any one of my videos with any questions, comments, topics. One thing that I have found a little bit difficult since I finished my Invisalign journey was trying to think of different topics that I could cover or experiences that I could share that you guys would truly be interested in. It would mean the absolute world to me if you guys would, tell me what you're interested in, tell me what you want to see, and I will definitely make some videos to tailor to you guys and what you want to see. Just because I'm done with my Invisalign journey doesn't mean I don't still have a lot of experiences and expertise and, things to share. I just want to make sure that the videos that I'm putting out there are things that you guys actually want to see and things that you will find value in. So I would really appreciate it if you guys would let me know what you want to see, and I will do my best to make videos based on your suggestions. With that said, I will go ahead and pull up the questions that I have received. I'm not going to be answering all of the questions that I got in today's video, but specifically the ones that are related to my retainers. The first question comes from a subscriber with the username AEW0416, and they ask this very long question, so I'm going to break it down into a few different parts and go through each of the sub-questions individually. So they ask, wearing a fixed retainer versus removable, and can you wear both? To answer the question, can you wear both? The answer is yes, and I am a prime example of that. I actually have permanent retainers glued to the back of my 6 lower and 4 upper front teeth, and I also have removable retainers that I should wear nightly. But, yeah. So you definitely can have both. When I finished my Invisalign treatment, my orthodontist actually suggested that I get both permanent and removable retainers. He did give me the option, but yeah, I do have both at the recommendation of my orthodontist, and I'm very grateful that I got both. When it comes to permanent retainers, if you're wondering, basically these are just wires that are glued or bonded to the backs of usually your front teeth. All retainers do the same thing. They just keep your teeth in the correct position after you're finished with your treatment. And then when it comes to the removable retainers, mine look like this. There are actually a few different types of removable retainers that you could get. These are just like clear aligner type removable retainers, but I've also seen the type that's like plastic on the roof of your mouth, and then there's like a metal wire. I forget what they're called, but I'll insert a picture and the name here so that you guys know what I'm talking about. That is like the older version of removable retainers, and then the plain plastic ones are like the more modern version. Both types of retainers have their pros and cons. Main pro of the removable retainers is that they are way more convenient, just like Invisalign, versus like traditional metal braces. It's great that you can just pop them in or out whenever you need or want to, and if you don't want to wear them, you don't have to, and if you forget to wear them, then tough luck. Drawbacks, I would say, one is that you actually have to remember to put them on, as well as they require their own like separate cleaning routine, so you'll basically have to invest a little bit more time and effort into maintaining removable retainers than you would with permanent fixed retainers. In terms of the pros of a permanent retainer, the main thing is that you don't have to worry about it at all, really. Like, there's no taking it out and putting it back in, so you don't have to remember to wear them. They're just glued in there and that's it. They're there forever, basically. That is the main thing that I really actually like about my permanent retainer, is that I don't have to remember to wear it, because with my removable ones, I always forget. Or like, I'm in bed, all like snuggled up and comfortable, and then it hits me. My removable retainers are in a cup in the bathroom, and I'm not getting up to go get them. Like, I'm just not. As terrible as that is, I have just not had the discipline to wear my removable retainers anywhere near as much as I'm supposed to. So I've really come to appreciate that like permanent aspect of my fixed retainers because I don't have to worry about them. In terms of drawbacks of the permanent retainers, the main thing is that it's just like a million times harder to floss. I have to use floss threaders or a water pick, and it's just not fun. I've made a video about like the actual process, but it is a process. There are benefits and drawbacks to both. In terms of which I prefer between the permanent and the removable, honestly, I am leaning more towards the permanent retainer, which is crazy because going into Invisalign treatment, I was like, the one thing that I know is that I'm never getting a permanent retainer because that is just too much stress, too much hassle, don't want to deal with it. When my orthodontist asks me, I'm just gonna say no, sir. And turns out they were like the best thing that ever happened to me after my Invisalign treatment. So what do you know? If you're trying to choose between the permanents and the removables, if you have the option to get both, I would honestly say get both. At the end of the day, even if you get permanent retainers and you decide, yeah, they're definitely not for me, you can get them removed. They're not permanent in that way. Like, you can get them taken off. For the convenience of it, I do think they're worth it. So yeah, rather surprising. I actually prefer permanent retainers to removable ones. All right, next part of this question, are there any foods that you can't eat? Apples, corn on the cob, etc. with a fixed retainer? And the short answer is no. I know a lot of people liken having a permanent retainer to like traditional metal braces with the wires where you can't eat anything that you would have to like bite into or anything hard or sticky. I do think that traditional braces are more fragile than a permanent retainer. With the permanent retainer, it is a pretty strong wire and it is glued in there good. They place it with glue and then they put like composite, I don't really know what it's called, but like they put something on top to keep it in there, and there's like a little glob of it on each tooth, and then they cure that so it's like, it's not moving. So there's really nothing to worry about when it comes to like biting into foods, hard foods, or anything like that. If you're thinking about getting permanent retainers but you're worried that you won't be able to eat certain foods, do not worry about it at all. Worst case scenario, if part of it does pop off, you can always just go back to your orthodontist to have them re-secure it. It's not a big deal whatsoever. The one thing that I will say about food and permanent retainers though is that although you don't have to avoid any foods, you might end up avoiding some. For me, it's corn on the cob. If you thought that corn on the cob got stuck between your teeth bad before, I dare you to eat it with a permanent retainer. Oh, it's so annoying. Like I literally have a pair of tweezers that is like dedicated for pulling things that get stuck in my permanent retainer out of my permanent retainer, and it's not fun. It's actually quite annoying. In terms of being an annoyance, I would say yeah, there's probably some foods that you might want to avoid or not have as often, but in terms of like things that you are not allowed to have when you have a permanent retainer, there's nothing like that. So that answers all of the questions from that like first multi-part question, but this user also had another question. After you were done with the aligners, do you have to wear a removable retainer during the day for the first while? I've heard of people having to do that. Literally everybody that I've heard talk about getting retainers after Invisalign did mention that they have to wear their retainer much like a set of aligners for the first little while. Basically, you wear them almost all day, just removing them to eat or drink, and this is essentially meant to make sure that your teeth stabilize in that final position and they aren't moving around. For me, however, I actually did not wear a removable retainer during the day after I finished Invisalign, and my orthodontist actually told me not to do that. The main reason for that is probably because I have permanent retainers as well. The permanent retainers are there to keep my teeth in place, keep them from shifting around even when I'm not wearing the removable retainer. But I did find it very odd that I didn't have to wear a removable retainer during the day. It was really weird for me the first little while after finishing Invisalign. I had my permanent retainers, but I didn't have the removable ones yet because it took a few days to like a week for the removable ones to be ready. I sort of felt like naked not having anything on my teeth after wearing my trays like almost 24/7 for a year and a half. That actually made me sort of feel like my teeth were shifting. Even though I had the permanents on my front teeth, there was nothing, you know, holding my molars or like the teeth further back than like here from moving. So yeah, that made me like a little bit uncomfortable, to the point where I actually tried wearing my last set of trays, like just to, you know, keep everything the way that it was supposed to be. But obviously, because I have wires now on the backs of my teeth, my last set of trays did not fit at all. So yeah, for the first like week or so, I basically just chilled with nothing, which was, it just felt wrong, you know? But yeah, I think, you know, my teeth are fine. I think. If your orthodontist suggests that you do wear your retainers for most of the day when you first get them, definitely follow that recommendation. Specifically, if you do not have permanent retainers, wear your removable retainers as much as possible, at least for the first few weeks, because that is when your teeth are most likely to, you know, start slipping and sliding and shifting around. All right, those are all the questions from that user. I have one more question from a subscriber named Lorna, and she asks, does your fixed retainer bother you, and how quickly did you get used to it? So this is also a really good question. The short answer is no, it doesn't bother me, and it didn't take too long for me to get used to. But that being said, it was very odd at first and very uncomfortable, I'm not gonna lie. When I got my permanent retainers put on and the molds taken for my removable retainers, it was on the same day. They put on the permanent retainers and then they did those like putty molds to make my removable retainers. Now that experience in itself was horrid because the putty like dried and got stuck in all the crevices of my permanent retainer, and it was so difficult to get it out. Like, it was stuck between my teeth. It literally took like days of flossing and like picking and all sorts of things to get it unstuck, which was gross. But yeah, for the first few days of having the permanent retainers, the wire was very uncomfortable. It sort of felt like it was cutting my tongue. It was hard to keep my tongue away from it because it's like right there. And it was also sort of disappointing. I felt like the entire point of getting Invisalign was so that my teeth would be straight with no obstructions, only to have gone through a year and a half of treatment to have them slap like wires on the backs of my teeth. So now like I can't run my tongue against the backs of my teeth. There's just wire there, which, yeah, frustrating, but I got over it pretty quickly. The metal itself was very uncomfortable for the first little while, and even like the bonding agent that they use to stick the wires on, it just felt like lumpy and uncomfortable. It wasn't a fun experience at first, but very quickly, I'd say within like a week or two of getting the permanent retainer put on, I got used to it. I don't know if it was like being worn down from saliva or food or whatever. It's essentially worn down and gotten a lot more comfortable, and that process didn't take very long at all, which I was very happy about. But yeah, for the first little while, it is a bit of a shock and it is very uncomfortable. All right, so those are all the questions that I'm going to be answering today with regards to retainers specifically. If you guys have any other retainer related questions, then let me know in the comment section below. If it's something that I can answer fairly quickly, then I will just reply to your comment. Otherwise, I am more than happy to make like a part 2. Before ending off this video, I do want to make a very exciting announcement. At the time of filming this, I have 947 subscribers. Oh my gosh. So we are extremely close to 1,000, which is just mind-blowing and so exciting. Like, I'm gonna have to celebrate for sure when I hit that 1,000 subscriber milestone, but I literally could not have done it without you guys, the people who have subscribed to my channel specifically for Invisalign content. I did a poll not too long ago on my community tab where I asked you guys what brought you to my channel, why did you subscribe, and you know, what keeps you coming back? And the vast majority of the people who answered that poll were here for my Invisalign videos. Let me know what you want to see and I will make those videos for you. But the other thing that I wanted to mention in this video is that when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway, and I want to make it an Invisalign related giveaway. Like I said, you guys are like the main driving force behind my channel, the main people who got me to where I am today. I am so unbelievably appreciative of each and every single one of you, and I thought that a really good way to show you guys that appreciation would be to do a giveaway. I haven't really put too much thought into it yet, but I wanted to ask you guys what types of prizes you'd be interested in seeing, or if you guys have any ideas for the giveaway. I know a lot of my subscribers are from the US, so I didn't want to limit this to Canada only or anything like that. I'll pay the shipping charges. You guys are more than worth it to me. But yeah, let me know down below if there are any things that you would like me to include in terms of prizes. But I'm thinking the main theme of the giveaway is going to be like Invisalign essentials, so things like an ultrasonic cleaner, ortho keys, aligner cleaning tablets, things like that, that somebody who is going through Invisalign or is finished with Invisalign but has like removable retainers would find useful. So if you guys have anything that you would like to see be part of that giveaway, then let me know in the comment section below. I will probably put out a separate video once we hit 1,000 subscribers, just announcing the giveaway itself, how to enter, and what the prizes are going to be. So definitely stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You will have to be subscribed in order to enter the giveaway. And I would also suggest turning on my post notifications. Like I mentioned, we are crazy close to hitting 1,000. I will be trying to upload the video announcing the giveaway very soon after hitting 1,000. I don't know how long I am going to leave the giveaway entries open for, so to make sure that you guys are notified the moment that video drops, don't forget to hit that bell icon. A lot of you guys watch my videos but are not subscribed, and I can see that. It's actually kind of sad. Come join the family. I promise I'm nice. I don't bite. I care a lot about all of my subscribers, and I love the community that we've made here on my channel. I'm so excited to see it grow, and yeah, I just like, I can't believe how close we are to 1,000 of you. But yeah, with that being said, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and support here on my channel. I appreciate it more than you could ever imagine, and I will see you in the next one.